Welcome to GreenBiz Studio. I'm Teresa Lieb, Senior Food Systems Analyst with GreenBiz, and I am excited to be speaking with Kim Lovan, Associate Vice President at Black & Veatch today. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Teresa. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm excited to dig into your work. So let's start right in. And I'm curious to hear about where you currently see the most significant opportunities for agricultural and technological innovations to improve food systems in the US and around the world.
Absolutely happy to talk about that. It's been an exciting few years, just in general with food and ag, just watching all the new technologies that are being developed that are really going to come and really change how we produce food and how we feed the growing population. So I'm in a pretty unique position where I've been able to, just speak to a lot of different types of companies in the US and globally about the different technologies that they're developing and, what the challenges are with developing those technologies and, what they're trying to do to scale them. So I would say, what's exciting that we're seeing is a lot of different types of proteins that are being developed within the alternative protein field within food, whether that's, via fermentation or plant-based ingredients. There's a lot of different innovative types of products that are being developed at this moment. And I really hope we start to see these, hit the shelves in the next several years.
When it comes to these innovations, we're still pretty much in the starting phase, but what we really need to do is scale them up really quickly. And that has been quite hard for a lot of these startups to achieve. From your point of view, what do you wish more people understood about those challenges of commercializing new products, for example, in the plant-based category or in vertical farming?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And it's a challenge that we're helping a lot of clients solve at the moment. What I would say and what I would recommend is that clients and companies really start that upfront planning phase earlier than what they think they need to. Scaling any sort of technology takes time to do it well. And I think what we're seeing is that companies sometimes get us involved a little bit too late when there's, a lot of decisions that have already been made. So I think what I would just recommend is that they get a company like ourselves, involved earlier because it does take time. We also see that, companies are struggling a little bit to get funding sometimes as well. And that can be quite a big challenge. And so, again, this is where, we've really been able to help companies in this space, help go out and raise funding by providing a lot of that upfront documentation that's really going to help decide and help inform the investors as far as, how long it's actually going to take to build a scaled up facility as well as how much it's going to cost. Developing that information up front will actually really help these companies go out and secure investment along the way. So the one message I would share is just get us involved earlier than what they think they need to. Let's start having those conversations. Let's start figuring out how we can help as they go through that scale up process.
Mm-hmm. And you provide clients with very hands-on support in that process?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we can start early as, picking out sites if they're curious about, what kind of site would be great for their next scale of a facility. That is something we can start early on. We can help, go out and look at sites. We can help look at existing facilities. We start as early as that phase, all the way through the very, beginning of conceptual design phases, all the way through, detailed design, construction, startup. I mean, we can do that full gamut of services from beginning to end.
Amazing. I imagine that's very helpful for a lot of your clients. And when you think back of some of the challenges that you've helped companies with or the solutions that you have in your catalog, is there something, a particular success story that you can share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. We've helped a lot of the startups in the alternative protein space in the last several years. I think a lot of what we bring to the table is that we've got, the bioprocess engineers, the engineers that are very familiar with fermentation. We've got those folks on our staff that can really help, scale from the lab to, that first, pilot or demonstration facility when it comes to fermentation or alternative protein spaces. We've also got the folks who are familiar with plant-based proteins that understand what it takes to scale up. So I could go on about lots of success stories that we have as a company, helping these startups, whether it's on the plant-based or the fermented protein side of things. But I think that's really what we bring to the table, is that experience in doing that. We've got the small scale, we've got the large scale examples where we've helped. So I think that's really what the value that our company brings, is being able to do all those different sizes and types of projects.
Yeah, and a great interdisciplinary team then. That sounds...
Yes, absolutely.
Sounds helpful. All right. Thank you so much for sharing these insights from your work. You just heard from Kim Lovan, Associate Vice President from Black & Veatch.